Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Emmanuel, and today we're going to be learning how we can share and access data across multiple layers of view. We're going to be doing that using the @environment property wrapper. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to go straight into code, and here I have a very simple project that we're going to be using to first of all explain the problem, and then we see how the @environment can help us solve this. So here I have a content view, and in this content view, I have basically added a child, and this child is a view that has another child, that is a view that has another child, a view that has another child. So that's basically what this is. And from the app here, you can basically see what it is. We have first of all the content view. The content view is the brown what rectangle. And inside of that, we have the first child that that now has a second child, that has a third child, that has a fourth child. And in the fourth child, we have this label or this text that basically says it checks the app settings and says if allow notification is on, show allow notifications. If it is off, then show don't allow notifications. Now, what is app settings? App settings you can think of as a shared data, and that's basically here a class called app settings, and we've made this an observable class. And here we have one property says allow notifications. By default, it is set to true. If we were to set this as false, you would see that this would update and it would say don't allow notifications. Perfect. Now, one thing you would notice while looking at this code is that for all of the children, so all of these subviews, we had to pass in the value of app setting. So we had to pass this object that was created in the content view to this child, to this child, to this child, all the way to the fourth child where we actually did need it. And you can see that this is already a lot of code. This is us injecting the same view manually, and it can be quite annoying. But one thing we can do is to use the environment. In SwiftUI, we're able to store data in the environment of a view. And when we store this data, it is available in all of the children automatically. So the data gets injected to all of the children, and they're also able to access that data. So to do that is quite simple. So here we already have our object that we want to add to our environment. Now, if we want to add this environment to the child, to the child and all of his children, we simply need to say environment, and then we pass in the objects. In this case, it's app settings. And by doing this, we have added this object into the environment, and then the child, so child one and all of the children would now have access. So if you can also think of them as screens. So if we have here this content view as our root view, and then we have child one as one page, maybe the profile page, and then edit profile, blah, 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 as the child two, all of these would have access to the environment. Now that we've added this to the child and all of his children, how exactly can we access this? So first of all, we now no longer need to pass in app settings because now we're passing it through the environment. So we can go ahead and remove this from here. And when we do that, it means we also have to remove this initializer. And you can see that in this child one, we didn't even need it. So it's even better. So now we have one line less code. So here, we also want to do the same thing to child two. We remove this. We do to child three. We remove that and this. Then we do to four. Oh, that was three. Remove this. And then in child four, this is where we actually need the, so here we're not passing this in, but here we need to have the app settings. So before now we injected it, but now we want to get it from the environment. And to do that is actually quite straightforward. So what we need to do is just say at environment, and we open a bracket, and then we have to say the name of the class. So ours is AppSettings.self, and then this is going to be var app settings. And by doing this, this is going to get that object of this type from our environment, and then we would now have access to the app settings, and it will still do the check. So currently the default value here is false. So allow notifications is false. You can see here it says don't allow notifications. And if I were to change this to true, we should see allow notifications. And actually, I also noticed that I mistakenly removed child 2. So I'm just going to copy this and go to child 2, paste that right here. Beautiful. So we've now seen how we can add a value to the environment and how we can get the value from the environment. But we're going to do one more example where I want us to add a switch. So we're going to add a toggle to, let's add it to the third child. And in this toggle, we want to get the value from the environment as we just did in child 4. But we also want to bind the switch to the allow notifications property so that whenever the switch is toggled on or off, it also updates that value in the environment. How can we do that? So as we've seen, first of all, we need to get the app settings from the environment. So here we say at environment, and what we're getting is the app settings itself, var app settings. And then here, a toggle, and we can just say allow notifications, what am I doing? Notifications. And here we're going to need to specify is on. And you can see that this requires us to bind to a Boolean property. And what we could do, or what we would think we could do, is to say hash, because this is how we would generally bind. And we want to bind to app settings dot allow notifications. But the problem is this is an environment object, not an observable object. So then this would not work. Instead, what we're going to have to do, actually, I'm not sure why I can't see the error. Anyway, so what we're going to need to do is to make this environment bindable. And to do that is quite simple. What we need to say is at bindable, and we also learned this from the last video, but we say at bindable var, and we can use the same names. So app settings equal app settings. So this is basically going to make this environment a bindable object. And by making this bindable, we are now able to bind to a specific property in the observable object. So now we have that bound. If we look over here, we see that the default value is true. If I were to set this as false, we should see that this is disabled. Not disabled, but it's unchecked. Good. So this is unchecked, and we see don't allow notifications. Now, if I were to click this to enable, then you see allow notifications, click it, don't allow, allow, don't allow, allow, don't allow. So this also shows you how we can, we've seen how we can add an object to the environment. We've seen how we can get the object from in the subsequent children. And we can also bind to the properties in that object because it is an observable object. Another thing I'd like to also mention is currently what we're doing is we are adding our custom object to the environment, but there are other environment values that are already in the environment. And these are things that you can already use across your views. So I'll give you an example. Let's say in the child view, we want to check whether the app is in light or dark mode. So first of all, we're going to need to get the color scheme from the environment. And because we know that this is available in environment, we can do that environment. And here we would just say /dot color scheme, var color scheme. And this is going to give us the color scheme for this environment. Actually, just come here and say that if the color scheme is equal to dot light, then we use green. Otherwise, we want to use, what color should we use? Let's say cyan. Okay. So we're saying, first of all, get from the environment the color scheme. And then if the color scheme is light, use green, otherwise use cyan. And we can test that by clicking here, and we can change this to dark. And you can see that this is the dark. Now the color scheme was dark. We change this to, the color was now changed. If we go to light, this changes as well. So this just shows us that we can actually get more from the environment than just our custom object. So the custom object is us adding this to the environment, but there are a lot of properties. Like, in fact, if we just write the dot operator here, we can see a lot of properties here that are in the environment, and we can listen to them. We can change some of the things. One of the things we would see in future is dismiss. But yeah, there's quite a lot that happens with environment, but this is just what I want to show you, how we can put in some data in the environment, how we can get data from the environment, and how we can modify, how we can bind to certain properties in our object, and have our views react to that. So that's it. There's still more things that we can cover relating to environments, but I'm just going to leave that for another video. So if you have any questions, of course, go ahead and ask in the comment section. If there's anything in particular you want me to cover that I haven't spoken about, then please, of course, let me know. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.